Hey everyone, welcome back to the Duchess of Unicorn YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad to see you. And remember, check the description box for any links and of course the full disclaimer. If you're used to coming here, welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing support. I really do appreciate it. And I know it's hard to convey that in a video, but I guess saying it will help you to understand that it's so important. I'm so glad rather, and so important that you came back. And we're raising up in those algorithms. Thank you so much. Now, we all know that Google is programmed a lot to change the algorithms and never lets anyone get too far ahead. So your help is critical. Thank you so much. I'm doing my part, and your comments, I appreciate them so much. So let's get into it. All right. So everything here, of course, if you're new, is about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. It's about the British royals, but it also is always about as it pertains to Meghan and Harry, especially since they moved to the United States. I'm based in the United States. I'm a biracial woman, and I'm going to share my opinion and my thoughts and my views. It's entertainment. It can be gossip. And hell, if you want to call it gossip, go ahead. But I do my research and I share my thoughts. Crazy, sometimes not so crazy, but they're my thoughts. And I hope you have a comment or an opinion thereof. Keep it clean, keep it nice, or you are out. Okay, I found this article and I want to share it with you because I think that a lot of times when people like me report or share their thoughts on what's reported in the news from other media sources, we're also often subject to being kicked in the face or ridiculed, called names, such on and so forth, because we don't agree with the popular narrative. Okay, so I wanted to share this article with you, so let's get into it. I want to keep this video relatively short. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry got lucky babysitting an $18 million LA mansion. Before I go any further, I wanted to share this particular article with you in this video because the narrative out there is just ridiculous. It's getting more and more out of hand. We haven't heard or seen photos of Meghan and Harry that are new and fresh. And I believe that Meghan's laying low because she's getting ready to, she's collecting her poisons, if you will. She's getting ready to come up with something big, whether that be a political type move, whether that be some kind of networking with a certain type of group or crowd. I just don't feel that it's a movie thing. I think that she's realized her acting days are kind of slim. And I feel like that might not necessarily jibe with where she wants to go now. And I think that in all, I think Meghan is now going to be more of an entertainer in our eyes. She's entertaining us in a way that we're just like, what? Like, what the hell? Or what the fuck? And I think, well, excuse my language, but that's the truth. It's like, what the F? And I think that a lot of us are basically thinking, well, okay, so now what are we going to expect from her? Well, this is what we're going to expect from her. We're going to expect a lot of networking and people trying to act as if they are associated or affiliated with her. Let's go forward. The way the media discusses Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's current LA residence, you would think they own it. In reality, they don't. Now, most of us, let me just say, interject here, most of us know that that's Tyler Perry's home. But I wanted to show this video because I feel like a lot of the naysayers kick people like me in the head or in the side because we aren't with the narrative that's being published out there in publications like Bazaar and the Cosmopolitan, and People is huge. Like, because it's People magazine, we're supposed to buy everything they say because their title is called People. And really, it's like people who are liars is basically what I think, or people who are being paid to to tell a story or weave a narrative. So we get hurt a lot because we get attacked. We don't get hurt. We get attacked because people who want to believe this Meghan spinoff from Suits into the royal family, they want us to believe it, and they want us to be sheep. And those of us who are not are getting, name called, picked on, harassed, and that happens in the comments. And I delete those, but not before I have a word or two to say to them. So I impart my point and I let them go. Okay, so I wanted to share this article because basically there are articles out there similar to this that talk opposing to the narrative that's being played out there. The media have been full of reports about Meghan and Harry's $1 million LA home. The problem is the property doesn't belong to them, despite how the media framed their coverage. The couple needs a decade to pay back a bill of $3 million to Harry's family. It's safe to say somewhere like Tyler Perry's pad is a tad outside their budget. I've noticed a rather disturbing trend of late when it comes to media coverage of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. In fact, I kind of understand where the couple is coming from when they claim the media relies almost exclusively on writing lies about them to draw clicks to their article. A prime example would be whatever is there. Harry and Meghan living a fairy tale in LA and got their mega mansion as they know people. So things like that, I guess, are clickbait, but let's go on. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's glitzy LA home isn't actually theirs. Yeah, most people with half a brain cell are perfectly aware that the $18 million mansion that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are couch surfing in belongs to Tyler Perry. Yeah, and why does Tyler Perry want to rent out his or allow them to stay as guests in his home? What's it to him? I don't know. Maybe he just supports black actresses. Oops, Meghan considers herself Caucasian. And that's the beauty about being biracial, that if you are light enough, you can go ahead and just forget the black narrative of your bloodline and go ahead and say that you are Caucasian. And that would be outrageous for someone, say a conservative Caucasian person would be like, hey, you're not all Caucasian. But yet we see that because she powders up and foundations up and downplays any ethnicity that would show, like her hair being in its natural state, which would be much more curly and frizzier. I don't care. I know you people think that her hair is pin straight, but it's not. You have seen in the past her hair has a true wave or ethnicity to it. If she just let it grow out and stop straightening it, you would see a little bit of that showing. Now, the brain cells, especially when we're talking about the laughable Sussex Squad. And I don't even like to mention this Sussex Squad because she's no longer an active royal. I understand she's still a duchess. They should rip that off like a band-aid because she has not done the people right. So she shouldn't be representing the people of England right, or the UK. She shouldn't be representing anybody, and definitely not the area of Sussex. The media knows exactly what it's doing, using the headlines and narrative that is. Being creative with the truth to pander the Markleites and get those clicks that both Meghan and Prince Harry are vehemently against. Now that's the other thing. Meghan and Harry just want popular opinion. They just want to be looked at in a good, fun light, caring humanitarianism. They want to ride that magic carpet all the way to the bank, the social acceptance bank, and the bank with the money, honey. They want to ride that carpet all the way there. Okay? But if you write something that isn't in line with that narrative, then they might want to sue, which they are actually suing some publications in the UK. And I think that they're not going to win. And that's what I think. You want to be smart and try to sue these publications when they themselves are reporting things, and they've been reporting them for ages and ages and decades. Then you're going to come up against some hefty people who are connected. As a matter of fact, I think one of the magazines are headed up by like a billionaire, and he's like a lord. So I'll look into that, and I think I'll do a separate video on that. And I think I said that before, but anyway, I want to wrap this video up because I want them to be in small segments. But this article, you can read it yourself on ccn.com, talks about these are lies. These are, all these headlines saying that, trying to push out there that Meghan is this top celebrity with all these friends, and the narrative is getting larger and larger every time you see a move from her, like she's donating food. How do we know, the general public, she's donated food every single day for the last 60 days or once to show her PR self? We don't know, do we? We don't know if it was 5 days and never again. We have no idea. We need to look at the real story, not just the stuff that they want to earmark and tell us that this is what she's doing to keep the narrative going of a popular, kind narrative. Now, I'm not against being kind, but I think that you have to be fair. And the fairness would be to show the truth. If you're going to report that she's donating food or, delivering food to people, tell us the timeline. Is she doing this every day? Is it every month? Is it just once a month? Is it one time only? Is that even the real picture? Tell us. And this is what I'm kind of concerned about in terms of both my channel and how I feel like maybe there should be an organization that, maybe I'll start it. There should be an organization that brings these people to the forefront. In other words, if she is reportedly being said to be donating to charity, is this one time? Is this all the time? Is she donating her time once a month, just for that photo, for that, taking that photo opportunity? Is it every month? Is it several times? Is she doing it anymore? There's nobody checking on that. And there's nobody reporting the truth. And so there should be a watchdog, and a watchdog nonprofit, perhaps, that kind of monitors that stuff. Celebrities need to be reeled in and checked. Okay. And I kind of want to think of my channel here as kind of a little arm of that. We'll see. My wheels are ticking. And if you guys out there think that's a great idea and you want to help in that, I might just do it. You never know. However, we need to kind of have a consensus, because just like they have a Sussex squad, maybe we should have a no Sussex squad. All right. I will see you in the next video. And if you like this video, if I touched upon a couple of things, if this article makes sense, read the entire article. I'll put it in the description box. You can read it for yourself and kind of get the gist of where I'm going with this. But honestly, if you don't like to read, basically this article is saying, hey, Meghan and Harry are only interested in this positive narrative that kind of supports where Meghan wants to seem like she's going, or to show where she thinks she's at, or to show us where she wants us to think she's at. And there's no kind of proof behind that. It's just they're using words like that and showing stories that aren't the whole truth. And so if I'm held to accountability, and those other YouTubers on this channel, on this platform, that are saying, hey, this is what we think about this. This is our opinion. Basically, these other news people, these media outlets like People and Bazaar.com and Cosmopolitan and Town and Country, that always seem to have the positive spin on Meghan Markle, it's like they're being paid to do so. And honestly, we don't really know if they're true. Like, has anybody checked with Angel Food Network if Meghan is still delivering food on behalf of them or involved with them, the Angel Food Project? I'm going to try to look back at that, but honestly, I'm starting to think that there needs to be an organization that kind of monitors this type of stuff. And although it won't be anything too heavy, it needs to be somebody on the phone checking. So tell me what you think of that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.